Hey there, guys. I'm getting ready to go on the radio. We are down to like 30 seconds to start. We're talking about Blog2Heal today, so stay tuned. I think it's going to be an amazing show today. We're going to count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Any second now.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, hello. This is Carmen Marie for the new Happy Me Radio, and I am so happy to be here as always. And you know what? This is not the first time I'm doing this. I have to tell you this. I actually have a hard time starting in the morning. Today is Tuesday, although yesterday was Canadian Thanksgiving for us, and so the kids were home. Our routine was a little off. They weren't in school, obviously. So today happens to be the first day of our week. And so just getting back into it, getting back into my routine has been a little tough. And you know what I do when that happens? I just get on the radio. I love getting on the radio and talking to you so much. It just pumps me, it refuels me, it gets me going, and I'll be able to produce a lot more work later on to bring to you a lot more value, a lot more that you can work with to be able to find the new happy you. And so, I have to first start with an apology because last Friday I was meant to do a Friday show like usual. My regular show is supposed to be Fridays at noon Eastern. But what happened is that I did a few shows before because there was this humongous not show, this humongous launch of the Blog Beast happening on Friday at noon Pacific. And I had to get ready for that. I really worked very, very hard to work on that launch, on getting the word out for something that is so absolutely amazing. And I will talk to you more about that. I know you've heard about it on my recent shows if you have been following, but just to let you know, Friday was the big launch of the first video that gave so much value. And it just so happened that on this very same day, I had a meeting to go to in the morning, which was fine. It was just in the morning. But I realized at the last minute that my son Alex, 11 years old, had the day off. And my parents couldn't watch him, so he was going to be with me, which was fine. And so he tagged along with me at the meeting, which turned out great. And we came back and we watched some of the things that were going on for the Blog Beast launch because he's watching that too. He's really, really excited about that. And we got so involved in it that I ended up spending the day with him. I ended up just having fun with him. And you know, guys, as much as I said I want to apologize because I didn't bring the Friday show to you, I really don't want to apologize because my business, the new Happy Me, and everything that I have built for myself ultimately was to spend more time with my children. As a single mom, I really needed to get my priorities straight, know where I'm going, know what I need to spend my time doing, what I love doing, and what is important for me. I needed to kind of make sense of all of that. When I'd say maybe 6, 7 years ago, I was in my struggle. I had lost track of that. And it took the new Happy Me for me. It took blogging, it took connecting with the right people for me to finally get it. These are my priorities. This is what I want to do, and this is how I want to change my life accordingly. And being with Alex on that day, the day that he had off, I was so involved with the launch, with two launches actually, the Blog Beast and Blog2Heal, that I completely forgot the fact that he had the day off. But it's okay, we just adapted to it, everything was fine, and I really needed to spend that day with him. So the radio show didn't happen. It's as simple as that. It happens. We move on. And here we are today because today I didn't want to miss a show. Actually, it's not missing a show, it's an impromptu show that I'm doing today just because I want to, because I feel like it, just because I have noticed that when I started the radio show about a year ago, I realized how much it gave back to me, how much interacting with you allowed me to be a better communicator, to be a better blogger, to be a better coach. And so I want to do this. This is something that I really love about my business, something that I want to bring to you, something that brings a lot to you and brings a lot to me at the same time. So I love doing this show. Just impromptu. I like doing it at noon. It just happens to be a good hour for me, maybe for you, but you can listen to this on archives whenever you want. You can go back and listen to any of the shows that I've done so far. They're all archived, they're all there for you. So even if you've missed shows live, go back and listen to the shows. I think there's a lot of value in there, whether it is me talking to you or going through an interview where you get a lot of value from the individuals that are there as guests on our show. So there you have it. That's what we're going to start with today. Just letting you know that there has been a huge, huge launch starting. Plus, I am doing Blog2Heal on top of it. So I want to talk to you more about that. Today's subject is really about Blog2Heal. What is it and why? Why blog? What does it bring to you to blog? And so I really wanted to use the launch of the Blog Beast to launch my own Blog2Heal. When I started blogging 3 years ago exactly, I didn't know that I was doing it for personal development. I was doing it as a personal development business, not for my own personal development. But I quickly realized how much it allowed me to keep my sanity through my struggles back then, and it allowed me to connect with individuals who helped me through their support and their feedback to allow me to find my own way, to find the new happy me. And it is through that process that I really kind of realized that I did have priorities, that I did have passions that I needed to focus on a little better, that I needed to really reconnect with those things that were very important to me that I had shoved aside just to please everyone else at that time. And so blogging to me became more than a business. Actually, the business part of it wasn't really moving. It was really the personal development side that was really going places. And I hadn't realized how much personal development I really needed. And that's one of the things, when you start getting into self-help, personal development, when you start reading books, when you start watching Oprah's life class, or when you whatever it is, when you are in contact with anything that is personal development, I don't think that any of us realizes how much personal development there is to be experienced. And it's very enlightening to open up to this world, to this universe of growth, when you don't know that you know it exists, but you don't know how tremendously powerful it is. And so you get in this world and you start reading or you start listening or you start watching videos, and some of us have started with The Secret. I started with The Secret. My cousin gave me the DVD of The Secret. I didn't even read the book, but just watching the DVD just opened this whole new world for me, and I had to look more into it. And from one thing to the other, it just led to where I am today. And it opened up a whole universe for me where I didn't even know it existed at the very, very beginning. And when I found out that it existed, I really didn't realize how big, how tremendously powerful, and how amazing that universe really is. And that's probably where you are today. You're listening to this show, you've probably watched The Secret or you've read The Secret. You've done a few things for yourself, you've invested in yourself for personal development, but you feel stuck still. There's something missing. You don't know where to go next. You're reading this, you're reading that, but you don't really seem to be going anywhere. And that's totally normal. That's what I'm here to tell you today. If this is the message that you came to get today, if the universe sent you here to get this message today, then that's totally fine. And I'm here to tell you that it is very normal, because what you're about to open yourself up to is so big, so huge, that it's very normal for you to not really know where to start, to feel overwhelmed with your life and with all these areas of your life that you need to work on, yet you don't know where to start. That's very normal. And you don't need to know where to start. You just have to focus on you and just let it flow. Let the messages come in and see where it takes you. And that's exactly what happened to me with the new happyme.com. When I started it, I had no clue what I was doing. I really had no clue whatsoever what I was doing. In my head, I was just building a business. I was building a website. It was all technical. And I was going to get all this information and put into articles, interact with individuals who became my audience, all about personal development. But it wasn't about my personal development, it was about the business. It didn't turn out that way, and that's totally fine. You can start off with specific steps that you think are the right ones for you, and it's okay if they're not, because eventually they will lead you elsewhere. And that's what counts. It's just to start, just to go with the flow, knowing that when you put your first foot down, the second foot will just step where it needs to step. And you just align yourself. I hear this analogy a lot, at mostly at live events or live calls, conference calls, about the planes. When you're on a plane, when you're sitting on a plane, you think that the destination is, as many miles as it is ahead of you, and the pilot, it knows exactly what direction he's going to be flying in. The itinerary is mapped out to, the to the meter, whatever you want to call it. You think that you know exactly, that the pilot knows exactly where he's heading, where he's going to go from point to point to point in order to get to destination. But that's wrong. What actually happens is that the flight, the plane is off course 99.9% of the time, and the pilot is continuously adjusting. It goes a bit that way, I'm pointing right, and the pilot readjusts to go back on course, and the plane eventually goes to the left, and the pilot brings it back, and it goes left and right and zigzagging, because of all the elements, because of wind, because of pressure, because of whatever. I'm not the technical person when it comes to piloting, but I can tell you this. This is what I hear often, and this is what I know happens when you are working on personal development. You are always bringing yourself back on course somehow. You make a mistake, you learn from it, you come back. You kind of feel lost, confused. You hear a message, it brings you back. You read something, you learn more and more about yourself. You go off course a bit just because you need to take that detour. And then you hit a breakthrough and you come back. These things happen. These things happen all the time. And that's what happened to me. I was basically off course to some extent. I won't say to the full extent, because I was working on the technical aspects of the new Happy Me. I was meant to do that. That's why I'm not saying that I was off course, but I was looking at the technical part of it as opposed to the personal development part of it. So I was kind of off course. I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know where I was heading, and shoo, came back. came back to realizing that I really do need to work on personal development. And how it happened for me is that I realized that in entrepreneurship, there were a lot of things that I needed to learn about myself before I can really build a business. I wasn't ready for entrepreneurship. I had been an employee all my life. And although I had entrepreneurship in my heart, I really didn't know on the outside, in my mindset, my attitude, what entrepreneurship was all about, how to be an entrepreneur, how to have the entrepreneurial attitude in order to do well. And that was my reality. And the reality of it is that in order to become a good entrepreneur, a successful entrepreneur, it starts by becoming that person in your mind, in the way you behave, the way you are, the way you think. It's all about personal development before you can even think about becoming the entrepreneur with the success that you are looking for. A little cup of water. And so I started the newhappyme.com, and I was blogging, and I immersed myself in personal development. And I eventually immersed myself in my own personal development. And what ended up happening is that my blogs, and I heard this a lot from people, I was kind of in denial about it at some point, but it is really, it's true. If you go back to the newhappyme.com, the articles there are really, really good. There's maybe 460 articles in the newhappyme.com, but they are really all about the lessons that I was learning on the course. And I really didn't realize to what extent, at the beginning at least, I didn't realize to what extent I was using blogging as a kind of diary. It wasn't a diary. If you read it, you will notice that it's not a diary. It's not, I'm not telling you what I did during the day. I'm not telling you what I learned during the day. But the way the articles are formed, the way they're formulated, the way they are written, the topics that are chosen happen to be very much what I was learning at that time. And so that's how they became kind of a journal, kind of a diary. And some people noticed that. And what was interesting is that even though I was in denial about it at the very beginning, it still served its purpose because I was learning by blogging. And the beautiful thing, the most beautiful thing, and the thing that refueled me most as I kept going was that I would get regularly, I would get emails telling me, Carmen, what you wrote today was exactly what I needed to hear. Thank you. This was a regular occurrence. I would hear this and I would read this on emails on a very regular basis. What I used to do was that I used to write an article every single day, and at 6:15 a.m. every morning an email would go out to my audience with the link to the article. So every morning my audience members would wait, and maybe you were one of them, I don't know. So they would wait for this article at 6:15 a.m. And I know quite a few of my audience members would read the article on their commute going to work, some of them during their lunchtime, and some of them, because it was 6:15 a.m. Eastern, some of them would get it later in the afternoon if they're somewhere else in the world. But they knew that they got it on a regular basis at their regular time. They were expecting it. They were telling me that they were expecting it. And once in a while, I would get very regularly a message saying, thank you. That's exactly what I needed to hear. And that just refueled me every single time. I really didn't know the value of that at the very beginning, but then I realized it's all about my sharing my thoughts, my sharing, my growth with my audience. And so now I bring you to Blog2Heal. And, with my story, I just want to tell you, I really wanted to kind of give you that message that when you open up to the world, special things happen. And you can very well open a notebook, use it as a journal, and write to yourself in your journal, vent about your emotions. If there are things that are keeping you back, negative things, negative events, negative feelings that you want to kind of release in your journal, you can do that. You can talk about or write about options for solutions. You can analyze them. You can set intentions. You can pray and meditate through your journal. You can do a lot of things in your journal. But I have to tell you this, using your blog as a quasi journal is different. It's a unique experience and it opens up a whole new world for you beyond your imagination. Now, I want you to go see the presentation that I put together for you. It's a Think Shop presentation from the new Happy Me. It's for Blog2Heal specifically. You can go check it out at blog2heal.com. The presentation is there permanently, so you can go check it out. And there, what you will be able to find out is the 8 secrets to getting unstuck, feeling fabulous, and rocking a career that you can love. And what I'm talking to you about through my experience of blogging is all contained there. You are going to find out in there all the things that will allow you to understand how blogging takes journaling one step up. It really pushes you to extend your limits, to get out of your comfort zone and do something you've never done before for results that you have never seen before. And what's amazing about Blog2Heal is that it's not just a concept, it's a community that we are building with the help of the Blog Beast. Blog2Heal would not have been possible even a month ago because blogging is not a given. There are some technical technical elements that may get in the way. I know a lot of individuals that I have worked with in the past have been stuck by the technical challenges of blogging, and so they won't do it. Whereas the Blog Beast really just eliminates all those excuses. The Blog Beast brings this platform to you where it is so user friendly, it is so easy to use. It's actually even mobile. You can just take your iPhone and I have the Empower Network app on my iPhone. It allows me to grab the Blog Beast on the spot. I can upload a photo, upload an audio, a video, I can write text. I can actually dictate text because I have Siri on the iPhone. It's also available on Android. It makes it so simple. Blogging made easy through the Blog Beast. That's why Blog2Heal is very special. The launch of the launch of the Blog2Heal project is so very special because it coincides so beautifully with the Blog Beast. The Blog Beast making it really something that is so accessible to everyone now. And so I am using the Blog Beast now to Blog2Heal. And what's really, really amazing is that, and I want you to watch that presentation because you will see how blogging really takes you to the next level when it comes to personal development. I really want you to watch it. There's 8 secrets in there. I'm giving out some of the secrets as I'm going, as I'm talking today, but there is so much more that I can't really get into in the 30 minutes that I have today on the show. But you can certainly watch that and grab a notebook. Just take notes and see if you want to use that for yourself. Blog2Heal, the project Blog2Heal is something that I am putting together. It is in conjunction with the Blog Beast. That is the blogging platform that we will use, and I am offering group coaching, support, community, and movement to help you Blog2Heal. However, if you want to blog to heal on your own, you're on your own. You can do that. It's really a do it yourself type of project. You can blog, you can do whatever you want with your own blogging platform, wherever you want to use Tumblr, you want to use WordPress. You're more than welcome to do whatever you want to do, but just do it. Do it, because blogging is something really is an activity that is so different, so unique, and so powerful in itself. However, what I want to introduce you to is Blog2Heal, the project where we are a community, where we are using the blog beast, and we are blogging as a movement to heal. That's where we're going. So watch the presentation on blog2heal.com, take notes, and tell me if you want to join. There's a link where you put your name and your email address, and you can let me know that you are ready to join Blog2Heal. So moving on, Blog2Heal. That's what I did, and that's what I want to teach you, how to blog to heal. Not just a technical part, but there's so much more to it. There are so many things that you can do yourself in order to use the blogging platform, in order to use your knowledge and your capabilities and expand those. Expand your knowledge, expand your capabilities, build that confidence, build that self-esteem that you need in order to heal faster and better and more efficiently and be the person that you are meant to be. And this is something that I have said before, and I will repeat it because it's so very, very, very important. Now, you may be thinking that you need this for your life, for your own self, but think of your mission, what you're here for. You're not here for your lifetime alone. Whatever you do in your lifetime today is going to impact the next generation. So what are you here for? What are you healing for? If you're healing for something. It's because you're here for a mission. And you need to heal in order to really take on that mission seriously, in order to do what you are meant to do and offer to the next generation what you are meant to offer. That's what it's all about. Whether you have children or not, it's still relevant. Blog2Heal is all about healing for you to take on your mission the way you are meant to take it on. This is not for everybody. I want you to be ready. I want you to know if you are here to join Blog2Heal, it's because you are ready, because you know that you need to heal old wounds in order to move forward, no matter what these old wounds are. You have a community here to help you, and you have a movement, a positive movement that is going to carry you forward, even at the points where you don't feel like moving forward. We're going to help you. We have group coaching, we have support, we have the movement, we have the blogging platform, we have everything set up, ready to go, waiting for you. There's currently a waiting list. Get on it so that we can start soon. Blog2Heal.com, that's where it's at. So that's what I wanted to tell you today on the new Happy Me Radio. This is all I have been thinking about. This is really what I've been focusing on 100% of my time right now, basically, other than the time that I devote to my family, because I really believe in this. Because Blog2Heal to me is something so powerful. It is the experience that I needed to live myself for two things. Actually, it's basically for me to fulfill my mission. But in order to fulfill my mission, I had to get past that struggle. And several times, I almost put a stop to that mission. I have said this before, and I'll say it again. I get goosebumps when I say it. I was suicidal for a few periods of during that struggle, and I could have completely stopped my mission short, and I'm glad I didn't. Every time my why would come up, my children, I knew that I was here for something. I didn't know what, and it kept me going, even though I didn't know what it was. And I kept blogging. And I surrounded myself with the community that I needed to surround myself to allow me to keep going, even though the going was getting tough. So that's what I'm here to present to you. That's what I'm here to offer you. If that's where you're at, whether you're in struggles, whether you're feeling stuck, unhappy, depressed, going through a lot of the challenges that are kind of pushing you to give up, Blog2Heal. This is where it's at. Start here. Very accessible to everyone and starting soon. Go to blog2heal.com and check it out. You're going to love it. So that's the end of the show already. And if you want to watch this show, I said it, yes, watch this show. I have a video coming up on YouTube. I have been recording these audios, these radio shows on video the last few times. So go ahead and watch me just because you'll see what I look like when I'm actually talking. And when I say going right or going left, you'll understand why I kind of forget to say right or left because I'm actually pointing with my hands. It's quite funny, actually. So just a lot of fun. Blog2Heal is a lot of fun too. Go check out the presentation, blog2heal.com, and join us. And join us again on the new Happy Me Radio also, just because I love having you here. Okay? Love you. And I will see you soon. Bye. And we are off. I think. It's still thinking.
Thank you for using Blog
There.
Talk Radio. Goodbye.
It says, thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye. And now there we go. That was my Skype closing up on me, and the radio show is finished. We are going to send out a note to everybody to listen to it. And I hope you liked the show. I hope it really rang true to you to know that there is something out there. There may be something that you are not familiar with, that you are not open to yet, but you are ready to become open to it. And just let it go, let it flow, and allow it to come to you, allow the messages to come to you, and accept the gifts that are offered so that you can get unstuck, feel fabulous, and rock a career that you can love. And I'm going to come back because I want to talk more about the rocking a career you can love part. I haven't been talking about that much. I've been talking about getting unstuck more than anything else. So join me again on YouTube or on the Blog Talk Radio, the new Happy Me Radio, okay? Love you. Bye.